Hey everybody, Tiny Flame Rob here. I'm making a quick video, well not a quick video, this is going to be a long video because I'm doing a playthrough of my latest demo build. Because I realized that I've not done a playthrough in quite some time, so I just wanted to play through the game and see where any bugs are. This is the second time I'm recording this video because I did it last night at like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. And my voice was sounding so blurry and tired because it was so late in the evening. So I thought, nah, let's just redo it. But from the playthrough I did last night, I discovered a couple of bugs, one of which I'm fixing right now. So we have a problem with this ladder not working because I changed the way that we can climb up. So how the information prompts in my game works is slightly different now, which we'll see in game. I suppose this will have also the same problem. Everything on this level will have the problem, so I'm just going to fix it real quick. And then I will do a new build and we can play through it. So I've done most of the content for the demo build now. It's been taking a while because I've been really busy with life and work and all the responsibilities that come with that. But that's all boring stuff, so I just wanted to play through the game and see what I've missed in terms of fixes. So let's do that. Just before I do, there's like one more bug that I just discovered last night that I want to fix real quick. Well, let's say one more quick bug. There's quite a couple of bugs that I discovered that some of them are gonna take a lot more time. Gonna be a lot more complicated to fix, but I'll do those offline. I don't even know if I should I was thinking about streaming them or streaming like game development, but I don't know if there's like a big draw for that. Like, who would watch some lunatic talking to himself as he's developing a game? I see. This is not gonna work because we don't want to. Yeah, it's disabled as well. We don't want to use this teleport mechanic. We want to use a different. Okay, so to fix this, I'll have to create like a level transition. Which I'm not going to do right now because that's boring. Yeah, so like I'm not sure if I should stream like me actually developing the game and putting things together. I don't know if there's like a call for that or a draw for that. Not my cup of tea, I don't think. The more I've been doing, I'm just going to delete my old save data real quick because I've got some bugs that will happen due to save data. But yeah, like YouTube streaming is not really my cup of tea. I find like it's very like editing and streaming and making good videos. As a placeholder UI, making good videos takes quite a lot of time, and that's time I could be spent working on my video game. So this is nothing's much has changed here. Normally I read the dialogue out, but I'm not going to do it this time, just because that could be annoying. Okay, cool. This dialogue will continue. I'll have a chat. One thing that I want to note is that I need to add like a sploosh sound effect here because she's being ejected from the goo pod. And when that happens, I want so when the scene transitions from that intro cutscene to this, I want like a sploosh sound effect to happen in the fade out just before it happens. So that's something I need to fix. I'll get there. I don't think you can run onto the pods anymore. I've added like collision to I've updated the nav mesh to have collision, so that's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've got like a sound effect and a gig updated. I don't know if I want to call them gigs. I kind of want to call them quests, just because I've got the Questy 9000 is called a quest, so I should be consistent there. I might change that. Here we go to Wakey Wakey. I was pulled out of dream space by some doll calling himself Ronnie. I reworked this UI so that we can read things more clearly, because it was very, very not clear. But as you can see, it still needs some work. Like this black border needs to be what's the word when you want to have it set inside the Questy 9000. I wanted like an inlay effect here on the side because currently it just looks a bit basic. You're basic, so I want to change that. I've added more and more audio as well. So I need to just keep that's just something I need to keep working on. I need to keep making audio. I like the Quest updated audio because it sounds kind of like Jet Set Radio in a little way. Like I'm trying to get inspiration from Jet Set Radio. I think the user interface elements in Jet Set Radio are awesome. Like the best in like it's my favorite like set of just the audio in Jet Set Radio. I'm a huge Jet Set Radio fan. Like it's one of the best games ever made, I think. There's a hum here. I think the hum audio is okay. So last night when I was recording, I noticed that when listening to the audio for me and listening to the audio in the video after I recorded it, the audio seems fine, but for me now currently it sounds incredibly loud. I don't know why that is, but this decal kind of overlaps the player. I need to fix that as well, but that's a minor issue. Can I exit out of the door? No, because we haven't finished the quest yet. Good. Another very loud light, but it seems to be okay in the recording. Can I jump onto this table? No. So I fixed the jumping of, jumping on the table. You can't do that anymore. I added some more collision. I don't know if I want to fix the audio for when I speed up text, because it sounds not too bad. But at the same time, it could be quite jarring. I don't really know. I'm kind of in two minds about it. Because there's a long piece of dialogue, then it's a lot more noticeable. It doesn't sound too bad, right? I don't know. If anyone's watching this, let me know in the comments. Does this sound bad? Because if it does, then I might have to fix it to just have like one piece of audio. I fixed this. You can see I made improvements to the data slates at like 1 AM last night, and that's why this is happening. I need to just fix the boundary boxes for the data slates all throughout the game. Arms readjusted. Cool. This is where we make a bargain with Dr. Flambe to say like, well, he makes a bargain with us, really. I've rewritten the Doctor's dialogue to be a bit more to the point, and he sounds a bit colder, because originally he kind of liked the player because they had like a good relationship, but I changed my mind and made him more of like a independent soul. He only cares about himself, really. So his motivations are purely selfish, which I think works a lot better for his character. And then the eventual, comeuppance that he has, which is pretty cool, because then the player feels like, yeah, that's good. I should add the quest updated dialogue to be on top of the implant UI, because currently it plays behind it, so the player can't see when the quest has been updated, they can only hear, so I should fix that. Another thing I should fix is these things shouldn't be available to the player yet. Obviously this giant close button needs to be small. That's because of the controller support I was working on a while back, which I don't think I'm going to implement fully for the demo because it takes a lot of time. So I just need to remove it, strip it out for now, and then this will go back to normal. But yeah, so these shouldn't be selectable. The legs obviously should be changed to a corporation. I'm not sure what the corporation will be called yet, and what the implants will be yet, but I should get there. Or I just remove it completely. Maybe like 5 companies are enough to like do stuff with. Anyway, onwards. So we're gonna jump in here, and it's one of my favorite characters, Backseat Steve. I don't know if I like his portrait. It's kind of okay. I try to make him look like a rundown office worker because that's kind of funny for his role. So yeah, let's have a chat. While they're chatting, like, this is the change I made. You can see here, you can press E to interact, and that lets so before it was it said press E to interact or press E to climb ladders, but the feedback I got from my girlfriend was like, that's kind of not a good way to do it. It's better to have a button or a prompt. So if this changes, for example, if the player uses controller in the future, they'll be able to see that this says X or A or whatever. So that's a better way to do it. So all the prompts in my game, action prompts, have that button there now. Okay, he's teaching us how to sneak. This dialogue hasn't changed much. I've changed a little bit of it last night, but only like one line. Let's just try and get through this quickly, because this game is quite long. The demo is going to be quite long. I played the whole playthrough just to time how long it takes, and it's about 2 hours of content if you don't mess around and have fun. If you're just like speed running it, it's about, to say, 1.5 hours. We're grabbing these data slates as well because I've implemented a vendor system, or like a merchant system, so we can buy and sell items. And sometimes if you steal these data slates, you'll, even though I haven't updated the UI to show it yet, you get like specific types of items, which I'll show later on when we get to the stuff and junk. I'm gonna jump in here. So I've reworked this room as well. So we need to sneak around. So one thing I noticed is that there's no actual light detection implemented here, or at least it's kind of buggy. You can see there. I need to see why that's happening. But all the other lighting works. If I go here, for example, you can kind of see, and oh, he's like, oh no, who's there? So I'll sneak here, because if they see me too often, then I'll have to redo this whole challenge, and I don't want to. I've fleshed out the room a bit. We can see more guards patrolling around, which I think is important, because before it was difficult to see who was talking to you. So now you can see there's more guards. So we're just gonna gently sneak our way through the room. Done. Finish that tutorial. Or that tutorial segment. You think I want to be doing this? Poor backseat Steve. Cool, so he's teaching us how to knock people out. Something that I'm wondering about is, like, should I remove the knockout mechanic until like a late game implants? Because it's pretty powerful. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So it teaches you how to knock people out. You sneak up behind them. So currently the way knocking out works is you're supposed to sneak up behind them, but as long as you, like, if your arms hitbox are close to their knockout area hitbox, which is pretty much a little box behind them and a little bit in front of them, you'll be able to knock them out. So for example, if I just run at this guy, I just knocked him out. It doesn't matter if I'm sneaking or not. What I don't like about that is it makes it incredibly powerful. So if you're just running through the level, you can just run and knock people out. For example, I'm speed running. No, I don't care. He's dead. So that's pretty overpowered. She messed up. So I'm trying to think about how do I want to address that, because in the beginning of the game the player doesn't have any traps. Like caltrops are 0. That's a debug item, so that's why it's 5. That's got 0 disguise kits. That's also a debug item. That's why it's. But the point is the player won't have any traps. So if they get seen in the beginning of the game, not so much in hacker hole, but when they leave the hacker hole, how are they going to deal with enemies chasing them? Because enemies chase, let's hide some bodies. Enemies chase as quickly as the player, or enemies' movement speed are as quickly as the players when they see the player. So you'll never be able to outrun them. So I'm thinking maybe put them in a locker. I want to add some audio to the lockers and the dumpsters as well when you dump bodies into them. So maybe I was thinking about if the enemy hits you, they slow down for a little bit, and because of that, the player is punished for being seen, but they're able to slowly build up distance between the enemy and them, and then eventually if they can hide. So if the player knows the map really well, they can figure out some good hiding spots, especially in Lowtown and like the more open areas of the game. They can find some hiding spots they like, and if somebody chases them, they know, okay, I can run to this area and hide. That might be a cool way to fix it, and in that case they won't really need to be able to knock people out in the early game. I don't know if that'll work. I have to kind of experiment with it. Another thing is, maybe I was thinking about last night, is like maybe you can only knock players out while you're sneaking. So you have to be sneaking to knock enemies out. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I don't know. Yeah, so like maybe like one of those two things. Make sure the audio works for this. Yeah, it does. I'm trying to think about how to go about dealing with that. Because yeah, currently the knockout mechanic is way too strong. Cool. Use the boxes for cover, maybe? I don't know. He's just so distracted. Okay, so yeah, these work the same way. Pretty good. This vision cone is spooky accurate, which I'm very happy about, and I'm happy it rotates correctly. The turrets in the game are the one thing that never gives me any hassles. I really love them. Like, I'm so happy I could just build them and they just worked, and that was it. And I could add things to them and they still just worked. It's so good. Cool, so this is the end of the tutorial. Backseat Steve quits his job because he's had enough of Jason and his shenanigans. So that's done. So if we go to the quest log now, we can see the tutorials just disappeared. I don't know if people want to track their finished quests. I mean, I don't care about the finished quests. When I'm done with them, I'm done with them. So I don't really track them, but maybe I could add that. Stealing the data pad. The one thing here is the patrolling has been broken for these characters. I need to fix it. Well, he'll always just stand there and chill. I think his dialogue still plays, yeah. But his patrol routes are broken, so I need to fix that. Another thing about the knocking out mechanic, right? Let's pretend this guy sees me. Like, hey, buddy, chase me. So he's seen me now, and he'll start beating me up. If I just like turn around and sucker punch him, I can just knock him out. So, you know, that's pretty crazy. So it doesn't matter how many. I mean, you do take a lot of damage, but is that too strong? Is that still overpowered? I don't know. I wish I knew game design. Like, I'm so focused on programming and getting stuff built that I don't really have the time to do game design or music. Cool. So we're going to start this hack for the system. This is pretty much the same thing. I fixed the UI so it no longer everything overlaps correctly now. So we're gonna plug in a USB. We plugged it in the wrong way. We flip it, it's still the wrong way. We plug it in the correct way, and we upload. Cool. I'm gonna have a quick drink while they talk about this part. Cool beans. So we keep going. I added a door here so we don't have to run through the whole level again. Because, I mean, you can run through the whole thing and go out through the other door, but there's a door here so you can just jump out and it'll load you into the next level. Oh, one thing I need to fix is the rain system. You can hear the rain. I made a rain effect by. I was kind of inspired by lo-fi because I listen to lo-fi beats to while I'm working on this. And oftentimes tracks have this kind of muffled, distorted rain effect, and I really like the sound of it, so I made my own one by having a rain recording, which I then muffled and changed the upper, I think it's called the upper frequency in Audacity, so it sounds like this now. Which I think sounds great. The problem is, it rains far too often in my game, so I don't want it to constantly rain, so yeah, I need to change the rain system to rain less often, I guess. Just because the rain audio will drown out a lot of the other audio and you know, I don't, oh, shoot, someone saw me. Yeah, okay, let me go. Might need to make that dialogue shorter. Anyway, let's test to see if this bug has been fixed. So can I go up here now? Yeah, I can, cool. And I'm gonna test the jumping down mechanic. Yeah, okay, it works. There's gonna be someone up here, isn't there? Okay, we're gonna sneak down this way. Run! Cool. And we made it into Lowtown. Or Lowtown proper, I guess. This sound is like, the rain is deafening to me, but I know it sounds okay in the recording. I guess it's because I'm wearing my headphones, so I can't hear anything else. So, yeah, can't hear my own voice. Cool. So she's gonna say, we need to find Gus. Or we need to find a fence, which is fine. This hasn't changed at all since I've originally wrote it, so. Since, oh yeah, the other thing I put in, the most recent thing I've been working on is the Newsy terminal, so I changed the way it looks, so we can see that it's a bit more, I don't know, professional, I suppose. I'm still debating whether or not this looks good or not. I don't like this font because it's not very clear. So it looks very stylized, which I think is cool, but it doesn't look too clear. And compared to the other font, it kind of clashes a bit. So does this as well. This is very clear, but it looks very balloon-esque or bubbly, so I don't want that font either. But we can like click on all of these little entries and it'll bring up a message here. Another thing is, like, I like the way this looks, but I don't know if it fits with the overall game design at the moment, or the game's art, like, I don't know, vibe, because this looks very Deus Ex-y and very professional. I don't know if that's the end of the world. It's like the biggest problem I was struggling with was getting information conveyed to the player because the text was very blurry, so I had to do a lot to fix it. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Cool. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like I focused on making the text less blurry and easier to read. So we can, I'm not going to like read through all of his entries, but I just want to make sure that they all work. We can, this is the important one, the stuff and junk is open for business. So we can read that Gus has been reopened their thing and that they were closed because of false accusations of selling stolen goods. So that's something useful. So we're looking for a fence, so we can probably go here and to see if that is the correct thing. We've got like a Zammer Collective looking for custodians ad, and then we've got Newsy News, which are just general background to the game world. So we can read like the downfall of the Black Rabbits, because when the player wakes up, obviously they have like ties or like a history with the Black Rabbits. So this helps inform the player a bit about changes in the game world. Corpos covering the major players, Bioman, this gives some background about Bioman's history. So it's kind of like, I don't want it to just be a lore dump, but it kind of is that. So if it is going to be a lore dump, I want it to be optional. So the player can use this as a resource if they want. If they're interested in the game world and the history of the game world, they can use this to like catch up on it. And every Newsy terminal will have different stories, so it's like an optional thing. So if the player doesn't care about the lore and they just want to play the video game, they can just ignore it and it won't be a problem. Just get out of the rain for a little bit because it's so loud in my ears. I don't think we can actually, we should be able to see guards patrolling and like there should be activity up here. I don't really want to wait for too long, but let's see, maybe we can spot him. There he is, there's a guard in the corner of the screen. So yeah, cool, the patrols and stuff are already working. We'll come back here later. I don't think we can get up there yet anyway, because we don't have the quest. We only have like find the fence quest, where we're trying to find Gus. So we won't be able to use this elevator yet. So whatever, we'll come back later. This is the quest that I'm the most concerned about, because it's the one that progression blocks me and corrupts my save data. So and the annoying thing is I can't figure out why it happens. I think I have an idea. It's probably tied to my save game system, but which is like a big thing I need to fix. Can I go through here? No. Cool, I fixed this. Yeah, you can see it's raining again. But yeah, so my save game system is ooh, there's a guy over there. I'll try and sneak up on him. My save game system kind of doesn't work right now, so it corrupts and causes problems. I need to fix it. I made this area, actually I can show it off a little bit. I made this area a bit more fleshed out. That texture's still a placeholder that I've not fixed. And I need to remove this little pig over here. That little pig decal shouldn't be there. Silver Bay Metro up the stairs. I added some billboards and some light. Oh, there's a guard. I'm just gonna hide. Oh, I knocked him out into a dumpster. That's cool, I didn't know I could do that. Okay, there's another guard there, I'll wait for him to go away. So, there's a marketing billboard that I added some decals. You can see the pig. It's not very well lit because it's just graffiti, but it's a Porky advertisement. Silver Bay Metro. And I've added these like Chinese lanterns, which I'm really happy with, because it adds like a nice pop of color, and they're quite bright, but because they're so high up, you can still have like the shadow effect at the bottom, so you can still sneak around and avoid guards and stuff, so you can do your thievery kind of movement, but it kind of breaks up the monotony of just everything being dark with adding some like bright colors, which I think is pretty cool. You can see that there's like guards patrolling at the bottom, so we can kind of use this area as a vantage point to calculate where guards will be. So let's go to the stuff and junk. One thing I need to fix is I changed the ramp that used to be here with stairs, but because the nav mesh was kind of bugging out because I made some changes to the nav mesh agents. But it's still not perfect. Like, something about this spot here is causing a problem when I run down the stairs. It's like, look at that, I can't go down. I'm like, no, let me down. Let me get, so you kind of have to fall down the stairs to get down properly, which is very annoying, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's up with that. I've also added some roof elements to these buildings here. Another like little area you can explore now is behind here. I'm still building this out, it looks a bit rough. But you can, for example, go to the stuff and junk through this alleyway. There's like multiple ways to get here now, which is like, I think, a little bit more interesting. So you can like get away from guards and run away and set traps and stuff. That's the end of the level over there. Maybe add something interesting there. That box needs a texture. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking about adding something on this roof just to like draw the player's eye, because it looks a bit empty. But at the same time, I want the player to be focusing on the stuff and junk, you know, not the roof they can't access. So, whatevs. We'll talk to Gus. I'm gonna have a quick drink just while they're talking again. I think that line's a bit cringe. I don't know if I should fix it, but I don't know what to change it to. I need to think about that. I kind of also want to implement and press E to talk mechanic, because currently the way it works is whenever the player runs up to a NPC, the NPC will just start going, "Oh, hello adventurer, let me give you a quest," and the player can't really decide when to activate that or not. They just kind of drawn into it or sucked into it. In the early stages of this project, I was like, I didn't even think about that, to be honest, because there was so much I had to like build. But now that things are a bit more settled, I kind of want to start giving the player more choice about when they start the next quest. So I'll probably implement that maybe before the demo is done, like because it is a bit annoying. Also, you can see I'm moving slowly because I'm talking to someone. I still don't know if I want that. For example, if I did have like a press E to talk, or I made more clever use of teleporters, I wouldn't really need to slow the character down, because they could keep moving the way they want to, but they won't be able, for example, they won't be able to leave the stuff and junk until this conversation's over. I think that's a better way to do it, because the slow down movement is very annoying, especially if somebody calls you while you're sneaking around a guard. You could get caught out, and that's very frustrating. So that's something I should also rework. There's a bug here where I can just run through this fence. I could do it here as well, and I should fix that. I tried to fix it last night. This is what I discovered in last night's playthrough, but turns out to fix these fences, I'm going to have to rebuild them completely, because everything about these fences are off-center. So if I add a collision box to this fence, the collision box will be over here, or be over here, or be down there. It's insane. So something that should be a quick fix is going to take me quite a while, because I designed it poorly when I first made it. Something that I'm very proud of is, check out my Rubik's Cube. This is the coolest Rubik's Cube. It's solved, and it's got all the sides. That looks like yellow, but it's actually orange. There's a green. It's accurate. It's a historically accurate Rubik's Cube, and I love it. You'll see them scattered throughout the game. Best thing I ever made, Rubik's Cube. Alright. This is a buy or sell. This is the buy or sell menu. It used to look a lot more basic. I fleshed it out a bit. So if we go here, there's basically going to be, oh my goodness, there's basically going to be two types of stores. There's going to be the Coptic store, which you access through the Coptic OS operating system, and then there's going to be another one which I haven't decided on. I think it might, I don't know, some black market one. And the differences between the stores are what you can buy and sell there. So at the Coptic store, if we go to sell, we can see that we've got three options of things we can sell here. We can sell a private intel, we can sell encryption keys, or we can sell password lists. Currently, we have this amount of credits, 25, and we gain these things, as I mentioned earlier, by stealing data pads. So when you steal different types of data pads, oftentimes they'll reward you with like one of these items here, and then you can sell them to Coptic, who are, you saw them in the implant. When you jump into a GUVAT, you can see them as like selling implants. They're like an information broker, I guess, like a hackery group or a techie group in my world anyway. Like yeah, they deal and trade in like data and stuff. So, you know, the generic data broker stereotype. I don't know if I like this UI. Well, I love this UI because I think it looks cool. I don't know if this font is very easy to read. I don't struggle with it, but I've been staring at this font for hours, so across multiple days. So yeah, for me it's easy. I don't know if I should change it. Probably get feedback from players once I figure out a way to do that. That would be really useful. This is obviously a placeholder. I need to draw the art. I've not had time yet. Anyway, I'm going to sell some stuff. I'm going to sell all the data pads we can. That'll bring us up to 38 credits. So if we go to buy, we can buy two things from the stuff and junk. We can buy a disguise kit and we can buy caltrops. Now caltrops, you've seen in all our previous playthroughs, they just slow players down. I added some flavor text, and it'll show how much we currently own, and it'll say like, this junk keeps falling out of my head, some of it's really sharp. Should we slow anyone down if they stepped on it? Clunker. So Clunker has got, you know, debris falling out of his head, and because of that, we can buy it off him, and it'll help us. We can throw it to slow guards down. Disguise kit, stuff and junk specialty. With this baby on, nobody will think to take a second look at you. Put together by Gus himself. He honestly spent at least 5 minutes working on it. So we'll buy one of these because I like it. It works and it's cool, and I want to show players. Something that I do need to implement is I can't see how many how much it costs to buy them. I mean, I know this is 20 credits and this is I think 5 credits, so we'll buy like 3 of them. But yeah, the player needs to know how much it's going to cost. So I'm thinking maybe move the buy button to the side and then have like a cost here, or move this buy button to this side and have a cost here, so the player knows how much before they click buy, how much they're going to be spending. That's a minor issue, quick to fix. So, but it's just something that I forgot about doing. Cool. So you can see here we've got 3 caltrops and we've got 1 disguise kit. So we can make use of that. So this might be a good time to like show all the different traps that I've implemented. Where can I do it? Let's do it in a fun way. So there's a guard there, right? I'm gonna sneak up on him, but I'm gonna put on my disguise kit. So my disguise kit's currently put on. So if I sneak, you can't see me. I'm completely immune to anything and all things. Like all the light effects won't. Oh, it's expired now. But so basically the disguise kit is you get into a box, a cardboard box, and you shuffle around. Kind of a shout out to Metal Gear Solid. It's the same concept, and the guards can't see you. And currently, if they stumble over you, they'll see you. But I might change that so that you can just be a box and the guards won't see you. I might make it last a bit longer as well because you know that was over pretty quickly. But I think it's a pretty cool item. Caltrops work the same way as they normally do. So I'm just going to like go down here and I'll drop like caltrops, and then anyone who walks over it will slow down, and they'll expire. You can't pick them up again either, so it's like a one-off usage. I'm just gonna hack this real quick while the guard's not here. I need to again fix this to be more randomized. This is always a 90-degree angle set of circuits. I want it to be a bit more random. Can I sneak down here before he gets back? I think so. Cool. Oh, it's raining again. Tell you what, I'm gonna finish this quest while I'm showing the other traps, just because there's a cool place to do it. Okay, I'm gonna just quit out of that dialogue. So he'll say, "Good job, you finished it. Come back and see us." So we'll do that. If we look at the gas trap, one thing that I've changed about it, like let's say I wanted to have that guard walk over the trap, and I put it here, and he walked around it. That's really annoying because now I've wasted a gas trap. Right, so because they're going to be very expensive in the game, I don't want the player to be punished for accidentally misjudging where an enemy patrol would be, because that could be annoying. So you can run up to the trap and press E to pick it up again. So, and I guess this is how you drop multiple. Oh, no, don't waste my traps, guy. Let's say you accidentally drop like 2 traps instead of. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. If you want to, just knock him out. You stupid guard. You complete fool. Okay, gotta move him here. Let's say you accidentally drop 2 traps. Well, now you can pick them up, so it's like not a big deal, which I think is nice. Let's show you the final trap, which is the warp trap. So you'll only ever be able to buy 1 of these, and you'll not run out of it. I don't think. Maybe I'll change that. But currently, you'll never run out of it. And the way it works is. There's 2 components to it. This is a placeholder text, but you've got Warp Trap 1, and then you've got the second component to the Warp Trap. So Warp Trap 2, I guess. So the first component, let's put it. As you can see, there's a guard. He might be coming this way. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what. Let me go up here so I can explain how this works. So this trap needs some planning. You have 2 components to it. So we put down the first components. Let's say we've been watching this guy for a while and we see where his patrols take him. So we want to place down the second component to the trap, and now we're going to run down. We're going to select the first component of the trap, and we're going to place it over here. And after like 10 seconds, it'll activate. So you can see there's a guard there. maybe that was a bit of a bad example, but the guard is now here because he got teleported, or he got warped from there to there. So now he's stuck. So you can use this as like a way to disrupt enemy patrols. So if I go into it myself, you can see it teleports you. So anything that runs in there will get teleported to here. So it's a good way to not kill people, but still disrupt patrol routes. Let's see, he's going to go into there as well now, see? And now he's over here. So it's a good way to, and he's going to be confused and lost and not know where to go because, you know, he got bamboozled. So it's a good way to disrupt enemy patrol routes. It's also a good way for the player to plan escape routes. Let's say I'm being chased, I can run in here and teleport, and then they won't know where I went. So it's a good way to like get away. So it's a pretty cool trap, and obviously when they reset, these components reset as well. So now I've got my trap back and I can reuse it again. I don't know if I'm going to make that not the case, but currently, just for simplicity, that's how it works. But yeah, it took me like a little while to basically, it's like a portal gun in trap form that resets after a while. I'm quite happy with it. So those are all the traps that'll be available in the demo. So I'll add more eventually, but for the demo I think that's enough. So while showing you that, I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I need to go back and see Gus, so let's go talk to him. So those guards will be stuck on the roof now for a while because they don't know how to use elevators. I don't know if I want them to know how to use elevators, because I feel like you can manipulate them more if they don't, but then they're not that much of a threat. I don't really know. Still thinking about it. For now it's fine. Okay, so he's going to give me another quest. So this is placeholder text, so I need to update this quest dialogue. And probably this as well, yeah. Because there's some reason why. There's some story-related reasons for this quest to happen, which I've not implemented yet. Not written them yet, so I should do that. Now that we've got the guards out of the way, we should be able to just run there, so that's pretty nice. Almost there, I think. So we were there earlier. It's Sleepy Jim's hotel. That's this hotel where we couldn't use the elevator. Now we should be able to, because we have the relevant quest. I don't really want the elevator unlock to... I mean, the elevator unlock will be tied to a conversation you have with this person, who I need to replace, because it's a bigger, fatter version of me. But, yeah. This I have to finish this part of the quest. I honestly thought I did it, but I must have done it in my sleep and forgot about it. But we can go up here now. I'm going to jump over this little ledge. I want to change the Sleepy Jim's hotel sign because it looks bad. I need to fix that. There was a guard here, but he's gone now, so I think we're going to risk jumping over and just running up here. I don't think the lights... Yeah, the lights haven't been implemented yet, so we should be safe. So this quest was pretty similar to how it's always been. I don't know if I want to change it at this point. I might do. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm still fixing it, I might as well change it. You can see these little orange keypads that I've added. That's new. So we can actually... I'll show you how they work in a minute. This guard is broken because he's supposed to patrol into this room, but because the keypad locks the door, he can't get in there. I'm just gonna knock this guy out real quick. I mean, I can just run up to him. He's gone. Let's just get rid of them. Go out of the way. See what I mean? The knockout mechanic's very strong, so I need to figure out how to make that less strong. That is a very awkward position for them to be in. Oh my. Let's just get rid of them. Throw them in the garbage chute. Goodbye. Cool. So the way these work, you can run up to the keypad and you can like add in codes. And if it's the correct code, the doors will open. You can attach these keypads to any game object you want to be essentially destroyed or removed. So you can reuse them. We reuse them later on, which I'll show you. I believe so currently what I've not implemented yet, is something that I've not implemented yet, which I need to. I talk too quickly when I get excited. Is a way to hack these keypads, because let's say the player doesn't want to go spelunking or you know, figuring out what the code to this door is by reading a bunch of material. They just want to keep going with the game, so that's fine. I want them to have the option to do that, so they need to be able to hack this keypad in some way. They can't do that currently. You just need to know the code. What is the code? I think it's 1244. Yeah, see, and it works. So I would like them to be able to hack that, so they don't have to read materials, because the materials don't exist. Normally there's a data slate here, or a data pad here. I noticed that a couple of data pads have gone missing, and I don't know why, so I need to re-add them back in. It might be because of the merchant store. Another bug, this specific carpet, it's the only carpet in the whole game that makes this happen. Like the NPCs disappear into it, and I don't know why. Like I looked at the collision boxes, everything looks fine. I looked at the repositioning code, all of it looks fine, but for some reason they just disappear into it. I think it happens the same for the bed. No, so the bed is fine. Okay, well, I'll go to hell then. And now it's fine. It's just that one NPC. No, it's not. It's all of them. Is it because I run far away? I don't know. Why does that happen? There it goes again. What? Okay, whatever. That happens, and I don't know why, and it's been annoying me for months, and I still don't know how to fix it. Before we break into this room, I wanted to show like some more of the level that I added. I like to have multiple ways to skin a cat, essentially. So we can also like jump onto the rafters here, sneak up, and then jump onto the vent system, which will allow us again, like a big thing in the game I'm trying to get across is like we can take your time, be patient, and watch how enemy patrols work, and then try and outsmart them using your traps. That's kind of the core gameplay mechanic. So this allows you to do so. So you can, before you hack into the rooms, you can kind of sneak up here. You can see, okay, there's a guy here. Does he patrol? He does. Where does he go? And he goes into there. So I should probably put a trap here to knock him out. Sometimes they'll provide you with other ways of entry. For example, if you wanted to go into this room, we can jump down onto the bed from the vent system, and we'll be able to get in. You can't do that here, unfortunately. You need the code. But because we know he goes to the bathroom, we're just gonna wait. See, like currently what I can do is I can just run up to him and sucker punch him. Kind of like Nicolas Cage in that Wicker movie, which is hilarious.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
Sucker punch. But what I want to have happen is stuff like this, where we place down the trap. Now we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna wait. Can you get on this couch? You can. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. Oh, and he's gonna go out, but it's gonna take a while, so we have to stay hidden. And now he's out. You know, it's a bit more. You need to be a bit more. Oh my goodness, Rob! You need to be a bit more patient. But I think it pays off. But it depends on how much freedom I want to give the player. Maybe I want him to just be like a crazy murder hobo and run up to people and sucker punch them in the head. Like, why not? That could be fun. This mechanics, like, it works. I don't know if it fits in the game anymore, but I have it, so it's there. Like, you know, because it was a bigger part of the game, but I decided against it because I wasn't having fun. So I should see if I want to keep it there or not. Nice. Normally if this dialogue progression blocks me, but it seems to have worked now, even though it's placeholder. So I think if there's old save data or existing save data, for example, if I was to quit out of the game now, not that I'm gonna, and I went back into this mission, or I made a save game just before this mission and I loaded that save game, this would progression block me. So that's that's so annoying. And I mean it's gonna take so much. I'm gonna have to fix so much code. There's so many serialized fields for the game state that I write to a JSON file that I'm gonna have to fix, and it's gonna take me like a week of just writing code to fix it. But whatever, I'll get to it. So what are we doing? We need to go back to Gus. I guess he's gonna give us the next quest. So I think the next quest will bring us to about halfway through the demo. We also have some more money to spend now, which is great. The ATMs still give you way too much money. I need to implement like maybe some yeah, I need to like mess around with the economy in the game a bit more. I just realized we're not even halfway yet because we have to do the ATM terminals. So this quest dialogue hasn't changed much. It's just we need to go to Ashbridge Station and we need to hack a bunch of old ATM terminals, kind of like we just did now here. So we'll go and do that in a minute. I'm just gonna buy some snacks. We can buy some Juicy Goos from the vending machine to heal because we've taken some hits. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, spend some of the money. Now ideally, if my save game mechanic worked properly, what we could do now is we could go here and we could sell. Okay, we don't have anything to sell, but we've got money to buy. So we could buy like another disguise kit or two, why not? And we could buy like some more of this. But unfortunately, when we go to the next level, or when we fast travel to the next level, it'll be overwritten because these fields aren't written to a save file yet, and I need to fix that. So, boo, but whatever. I'll get there eventually. Let's just jump into a box while we wait for a train to arrive. No one can see me. I feel safe in my box. It's my safe box. Pay me no mind. Oh, okay, trains here. You don't actually have to wait for the trains. I don't know if I want to wait for the trains. Maybe, maybe not. We want to go to Ashbridge Station. There's a minor note here where, like, if I hover over Silver Bay, we can see in this green box here. I don't know why I just pointed at it in real life like an idiot, but we can see that there's places to go. And this looks rough, but it works. But it doesn't work for the other areas. I need to. Oh, it does. It works for the warehouse district, but not for Ashbridge Station. So I need to update that and also make this look less bad because the info box looks not great. Maybe draw some more little tiny icons as well, because you can see the little icon for the stuff and junk there. I kind of like that. Kind of makes the map seem a bit more interesting, so I'll do that. Anyway, to Ashbridge Station. Let's do it. Oh, big surprise! It's raining again. It's like I've been, what's the word? Like learned helplessness. I lived in the UK for so long that if it's not raining, then I don't understand the game world. This is still placeholder. I need like the dark background on him. That NPC needs to change because it's the wrong one. I need to add some pavements because these darks, it looks weird. You can see out of the game world. Does it look weird? I don't know. It looks kind of weird. Maybe I'll fix it. I need to update the Newsy terminal as well to have some new interesting things. This ramp is a placeholder and I don't know how to change it. I might make it an elevator. I might make it stairs, but I don't know. You can see it's difficult. This is why I replaced the ramp in Lowtown, because the nav mesh kind of freaks out on an angled ramp. So, oh god, there's a guard standing right here. That was creepy. Why was he just standing there? Is he gonna patrol? What's wrong with him? Okay, he's like very slowly patrolling in a very ominous way. I don't know what's up with that. Let's hack these. So we basically came here to like hack these ATM. I really need to spend time with the questy and writing the quest dialogue for it. We came here to hack these terminals, so we're gonna do that, or the ATM terminals. Oh, we meet Heather. So this used to be called. She used to be called Ibi, I think. I think it was Zabi, but I renamed her to Heather because I liked the name more, and also I remade what she looks like because, and I basically just redid her whole personality. Okay, so I'm stuck. I can't move because of another bug I need to fix. But yeah, so her name's Heather now. She's like, I'm gonna take this guy out because he's freaking me out with his weird patrol speed and whatever. And I like her new personality a lot more than the old one. That guard's gonna come back down, so I'm just gonna use one of my one of my traps. Hide in the corner. He's down. I need to make it so you can see through this, like I do with the rebar or the girders, because I can zoom in, I guess, but you know, this is annoying. Like it's, yeah, whatever. I'll fix that. I like her dialogue a lot. She's like one of my favorite characters as well. I just cut her off. And the final terminal for the quest should be over here. Man, I'm so cold. Poor Heather. Okay, I'm gonna just speed up through this. Cool. So Gus says, "Come back and see me. Something just came across my desk, which might be of interest." So we'll do that. We'll come back here later. for the second part of the third part of this quest, but yeah, it's pretty okay. I don't know. Is it missing something? I should spend more time on this level, to be honest with you. The first thing, the biggest thing I need to fix is just Porky's Diner. This whole area is it's not it. Like, it's better than it was, but also the NPC patrol routes, maybe I should fix them. Oh, these two items are not static, so the lighting system is not being applied to them, so I need to fix that. That's a quick fix. Can I, just before I leave, can I sneak on this vent system? Because it would be a cool place to hide an item. Yeah, cool. So maybe I'll put like a item you can steal here. Everyone's going for the train, it seems. We'll head back to Silver Bay. Cool. Thing is, we need to be careful because the guards have all woken up again, I think. Yep, there's a guard. I'm gonna just... I think he goes up... Yeah, bye. Oh. Fi, he's coming back. There should be a guard up here as well, I think. Oh no. Okay, I guess we're safe. You'd think I'd know all the patrols by now. Cool, we meet Uncle Bones. He's not changed at all because I like him. I like his portrait as well. I think it's pretty cool. I was trying to figure out how do I draw an old man. Like, what do old people look like? Because like you're old as well, but you don't look old because like I rewrote the story so many times. So you weren't supposed to be old. You're supposed to be like a, I don't know, 20-something-year-old. But I need to redraw the character portrait. I just can't find. I have done a couple times, but she always looks terrible. So I'm trying to find like a good way to redraw her. I'm really happy with it. This is the first attempt at Uncle Bones, and he just looks really cool. So I think I wish I could just do the same with her, but whatever. Maybe she looks okay the way she is. Anyway, Uncle Bones says like he's like has like diplomatic dealings with the Hexpunk gang, and he can't afford to like be blamed for this mishap. So we need to go down there and undo the situation, which we will do now. Cool. One thing, if we push Mr. Bones, if we push Uncle Bones, he reverts to a placeholder NPC when he walks back sometimes. There he is. See, he's like freaking out now, like, ah, no. I should remove that because players are gonna be like, what the hell just happened to that NPC? I forgot that I had the placeholder animation system in there. Oh, no. Gonna sucker punch him. And yeah. Oh, and okay, it's easier to do this way. There you go. Side to side, for some reason, the collision boxes are more difficult. I lost like half my health. So even though I have God mode on, because it helps speed up the playthrough, until I fix my save game system and my continue system, I'm not going to turn off God mode. But yeah, you can see the game is pretty difficult. You lose like 50% of your health. One thing that I need to add as well, just so that I remember, is like you can see over here there's like a, what would you call it, like not a platform, but like underneath the metro train you can see like there's a bunch of stuff that make it look interesting. If we look at like Ashbridge Station, for example, that you just see the end of the game world. This looks kind of trash. Also, this texture is being stretched like crazy, so I need to make something nicer here. That I just thought about it. It looks really bad. Let's just go back. Okay, so we are going to break into the Can's Cannery. Let's do that. Takashi's Logistics. I kind of want to add like a sound effect when you run through these things. It goes like zoom, zoom, kind of like a lightsaber effect. Not done that yet because I have no idea how to make that sound effect yet. So, but I'll get there. Can's Cannery. You can see. So I redid the lighting in this level, so you can see everything's a bit more bright. It used to be very dark, so it's nicer. I added these advertisement pillars as well, so you can see like different ads playing. Pretty cool. We live in a attention economy after all, right? So let's try and sneak. So as I showed in previous, I'm just gonna knock this guy out. Let's knock this lady out. They don't have audio. A lot of them are still placeholdery. I need to fix the Hexbunk NPCs are very rough around the edges. I need to like fix them. But as I showed on previous playthroughs, there's multiple ways to get into the CAN's cannery. We can go through the front door if we're careful about it. I added like an actual, like some more effects to draw the player's attention. Just gonna knock this guard out. Oh, oh, they saw me. Oh no. Another thing I need to add is if they see a dead body, they should start searching and freaking out. I've not done that yet. That's something that I'll be adding soon. So I added this so that the player's eyes drawn, so that they can see, oh cool, there's a door here, because before it was just very dark, so you have to kind of like feel your way into the CAN's cannery, which isn't great. If you go up to the roof, there's some guards on the roof now we need to be careful of. I can just sneak around them because it's quite dark here. There's another one there who sees me because the lights are implemented. Oh no, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. There you go, knocked her out. Fortunately, the ranged enemies are very slow to attack, but they will hit you for like a lot of damage. I'm just gonna jump in here because this rain is really loud. But they're still rough around the edges as well. Shot wide. I like this dialogue a lot. It's based on a real conversation I had, because like I think we can all agree watermelon is just a terrible flavor. Maybe for like some candy it's fine, but watermelon in like creatine and protein is a trash flavor, so like you shouldn't use it. The train just flying through the building like that is a bug. That's very difficult to fix, but I do need to fix it. So note to self, fix the train flying through the building. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say the snipers, I need to take out the sniper. Before I jump down here, I just need to wait for this little fella, because she's going to be right on top of me if I jump down. Oop, just jump up again. I had to do that very quickly. Okay, knock her out. Cool, so we're gonna go here. There should be someone here as well. Knock her out before she patrols back. And this is a very difficult area, because whenever I jump up this ladder, this lady always sees me. I just need to be very careful and give her like a good distance and then knock her out. And then this lady, I need to kind of go down the ladder again because she will see me. Wait for her to turn around. So yeah, the Hexbunks are all like female. They're not all female, but they're like heavily like matriarchal. It's like their gang vibe. They're inspired. I took a lot of inspiration from what are they called? Necromunda, I guess. This is like a very watered down, more tame version of that. So, and also because they're Hexbunks, they're tied to like superstition. So I kind of need to bring more of that into their faction when I flesh them out. Currently, I'm just, can I knock her out? Yeah. Currently, I'm just like trying to get everything working, but like, yeah, I do need to like, they're gonna have a lot of like skulls and bones and more like weird esoteric things, because that makes their faction more interesting. Not that I'd like this. Like there are some Hexbunks that I do like. I don't really care about like dudes and women and stuff like that. I just like I think the Necromunda vibe is really cool. Like I always just picture like a lady with like, you know, lady with like a submachine gun just screaming wildly. I like the whole concept of that Banshee cry vibe is cool. I need to be careful here because these patrols are pretty tightly spaced together. Not that it matters because I got God mode, but I kind of want to play as if I don't, just so that I can make sure the NPC patrol routes aren't too crazy for the player. Try and knock this lady out. Cool. This needs to be fleshed out. These lights also, I think, need to be reworked. It's cool that I can see where they are, but like these ones look okay, but some of them look a bit... Oh, did you see me? Yeah. So I need to rework the lights because they look a bit lame. This also needs to move back. Let's go downstairs actually. This needs to be moved back into the crevice again. There's Z fighting here, which I need to fix. Another thing that happens is sometimes what I call the bonehead bro walk. Let's talk to them. Like sometimes the bonehead bro walk won't trigger. We'll see if it does now. Yeah, you see, the Bonehead Bro walk didn't trigger, and I don't know why, so I need to figure out why. Because they're just gonna stand here. Like, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to start walking out of the can scannery, and they're supposed to steal their sniper rifle up here. Cool. So they're supposed to steal this rifle, but the rifle will be stuck there, and they are stuck behind the cargo container that they moved. I don't know why that happens. It's happened since this last build, so, but whatever. So we're just gonna clean up the blood. This, at least this part of the quest never bugs out. This, like, getting rid of the bodies, so I'm quite happy with it. Again, I shouldn't be able to pick up like all of these people at the same time, and I should move slower every time I pick someone up. That's something I should implement sooner rather than later, because it's going to. I need to see how many bodies are too many bodies to frustrate the player, you know. So I need to implement that. You will be able to pick up like 2 bodies at a time if you have like the implant for it. Like if you have like the metal arm cybernetics implant, which will also allow you to knock people out. I think it'll be like a. Oh, I don't know if I'll make them separate. Maybe I'll make them separate to give the player more choice. We'll see. Okay, cool. So Uncle Bones says Gus wants to talk to me, so we'll go see him whenever we feel like it, because, you know, we're doing our own thing. You're not the boss of me. I can do what I want. Something that I need to add is, if we came in through the roof, I think we came in through the roof. We can't leave through the roof, so I need to, if we look at the vent system, there's no way out here, so I need to find a way out here. So add like a teleporter, and I need to make this 3-dimensional because this vent looks kind of meh. So I'll do that. I do like the lighting though. The lighting up here looks really cool. Considering this is a 2-dimensional game, these are all like sprites and quads. That's all that this is. The lighting looks really cool, and like the lighting on the quad looks really cool as well. I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty awesome. Good job, Rob. Alright, so we can leave through the main door because that's all we can do. Oh, they're gonna see me again. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get out of here. See ya, losers. So that's the can scannery done. Now we'll head back to Gus. But before we get there, we'll probably have a call from a certain someone. There she is. Oh no, she's hacked us. Yeah, it's my revenge or whatever. I love Heather, she's so cool. And she's also very chill. She just made... So she hacked Clunker and made him really hungry all the time, and then stole our money because we were mean to her. Okay, bye! Yeah, we'll go there. So like Cyberpunk is quite edgy, like Cyberpunk games, and it's like quite a lot of violence and brutality, and like I don't really want that in my game. I want my game to be, I don't want it to be a cozy game, but I want it to be cozy inspired, you know. So like and also I'm leaning into like the humor of the humor of things as well. So I want it to be funny. At least, you know, I want people to chortle once or twice when they play it. I don't really want like a bunch of like super edgy dialogue and stuff like that. Because there's so many other Cyberpunk games out there that do that way better, so I'll let them do it. My game's supposed to be a bit zany and not too serious. Hungry! He's so sticky. Alright. Slowly fall down the stairs. Oh my god, let me go. Don't worry about it, guy. There's nothing there. Okay, so we're gonna just run back to the stuff in there. Okay, so now we're about halfway through the demo. It ends with a boss fight. So like before, I was gonna end it. I was gonna end it after this mission, but when I did, I was like, the demo feels kind of lackluster. So I wanted to end on a high note. So I added a boss fight, which we'll do a little bit later. Okay, so he's freaking out because we didn't, like, Heather hacked us and stole all of our stuff. So we're, like, freaking out about it. He's freaking out about it because he's lost access to all these systems. I wonder if I should turn the vendor system offline because... So, okay, let's just get through this dialogue first. Yep. We we'll go there. If we need to go there, case the joint, and if the techie's there, if Heather's there, then Gus will send the Bonehead Bros to straighten her out. So, one thing I need to change is Clunker is supposed to be hacked, but he's just kind of sitting there like normal. That's not really fun. Like, I want him to be over here doing like a snow angel and a bunch of juicy goos, and I want like a bunch of orange goo just here, and I want like maybe handprints all around it, or like footprints, and you know, I can make some decals to do that, just because it'll look a lot more like, you know, the game world has changed, because this is just very boring. Also, since Heather hacked and locked Gus out of the systems, we should probably not be able to access this until we finish the quest. Would that annoy the player though? Because let's say I ran out of caltrops and I wanted to buy some more, now I can't, but now I have to go and do a mission and I don't have my traps to help me. That might be annoying. I don't know. I have to think about it, because it's a very minor detail, but it impacts the player quite a bit, so I don't know if I want to do that. Let's just head down to the Keystone Apartments real quick. I'm gonna like speed run this a bit. I bet the guard's gonna be up here, isn't he? No, he's not. Okay, cool. Keystone Apartments is in Ashbridge Station, so we're heading back to Ashbridge Station. Or to, you know, Ashbridge Station. Gosh, that's a difficult word to say. Ashbridge Station. I should name these things more carefully. Okay, gotta run down. This ramp sucks so hard. Let me go. Okay, cool. So something that I want to do here is, the keypad is positioned awkwardly, but I want the player to be able to steal a key card to get in here. Now that we have this key card mechanic, maybe if you knock this lady out, you get like a key card that lets you use this keypad to get in. Currently you can just walk into the door. Don't really want that. Also, you can go into the rafters up here, but let's just go through here for now. Oh, there's a single like custodian guard person over here. I'm gonna knock him out. No, I'm not. He's gonna beat me up. Ow. Ow. Ow, please stop. There you go. Whew, almost got me. Got me good. Alright, let's get this. This kind of gives some background to the lore of the game, but also we could maybe sell that later in the Stuff and Junk. There's nothing in these picture frames, I just noticed. So, like, what is this? This needs to be something. I didn't even realize. We're on the second floor. I'm just gonna heal up real quick from the vending machine. A bit poorer, but I won't die as much. So I need to add numbers to these apartments. Also, I want it to be so that there's going to be keypads here so you can hack your way into all of these apartments, because I want the player to be able to explore some more. And I had a great idea for what I wanted this apartment to be, but I forgot because I thought about it just before I fell asleep. What was it? Oh yeah, it's going to be a funny bit. Actually, never mind. It's too long to explain. But you can just kind of go into this one so far. So there's going to be a character here, and I know which character is going to be there, but I don't want to spoil it because it's like someone you already met, and it's going to be kind of funny. So if we go in here, we should sneak, because if we move, this turret will shoot. Oh, it's shooting me anyway. Why? Why is that happening? I'm completely invisible. I need to figure out why. So the tower just shot me for like 20 health. Thanks, bug. Job offer. I need to rewrite that dialogue. This Z fighting needs to be fixed, and also I need to rewrite the dialogue. So now, unfortunately, it's guarding the door that we need to go through. Oh, maybe I should add a way to hack the turrets. So if you're behind a turret, you can like hack it and then disable it. That's a clever idea. Why didn't I do that? I should do that. This text is way too big for some reason. Why is this so big? Need to fix that as well. Alright, anyway, I'm nitpicking now. I'm just gonna run through this door. Yeah, shoot me if you want, whatever. They hit you so hard. I think someone's at my actual door. Speaking of doors. I need to go and check on that in a minute. In fact, I need to go check. Someone's at my door. I will pause this for 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to just close this menu. That menu, this is also crazy. I need to actually fix the in-game menu, but I'll get there. So we stole all the components, come up in. So I think I was on my door, so I was distracted. So there is a bug that happens when if you pick up a data pad, the final data pad, the conversation comes up at the same time, and if you press escape, the data pad will close itself and the conversation as well. So you don't get the final conversation for this quest. So I need to fix that. So the way I need to do that is also it can rain inside this building. I don't know why. I need to fix that as well. My goodness. And these doors also need to be fixed. So okay, whatever. Fix all those things. Okay, I will do that. There's a pad here. You can. I don't know why. You can't really do anything with it. I might make something out of it. Might not. Cool. Let's. Excuse me, ma'am. I need to go downstairs. Just gonna run away before the guard sees me. And I think. So yeah, this is Gus will call us whenever. So he's like looking. Basically, we tell him Heather's not in her apartment, but there's like some hints about where she might be, but I'm not sure. So Gus says, "Okay, no worries. I'll reach out to my contact who might know, and I'll let you know when I know." And this is where the demo. This quest is the main quest, the mainline quest, and it stops here for the demo. So this will now you won't be able to finish this, but if we continue up this way, Dr. Flambe will contact us and say like he needs help. And he still has our memory card, so we kind of have to help him. We don't have a choice. He needs us to sneak him out of town. We'll basically tell him that we can't do that, but we know a fence, so Gus might be able to help him, so we'll take him to Gus so that Gus can help him out. And he says, "Okay, cool, thanks. I'm in the Spellbound in the warehouse district, so come help me, come get me and take me to wherever this fence is of yours." And we're like, "Yeah, alright, fine." Because we don't have a choice, because he has our memory card and we absolutely need that because that's everything to us. So I'm already in the wrong place. We need to go to the warehouse district because that's where he is. So we run into this little alley. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this yet, but we can see here there's like an alleyway with all of these things. There's a lot of placeholder stuff here I need to fix. That's a graphics collision I need to fix. The train goes through here and then goes to the other side where we get off. But yeah, it's going to be like a little market area with a lot of people walking about and some interesting things to do and steal. But if we walk all the way down here, we can see the Spellbound bar, which is this bar here. Kind of want to add some windows here, which I can do. Yeah, so basically the way I want this to work is like you should be able to come here whenever you want, and it's going to be like a cool like little hangout spot. But currently for this moment in the quest, when you have Ronnie's Revenge and you have this part of the quest, if you go in here, the bar kind of changes and shifts the mood. So the Red Tiger guards are like broken, like so the Red Tigers have broken into the Hexpunk stronghold because this is like Hexpunk turf, right? So they broke it in here. And they're looking for the doctor, or they got the doctor, but they're looking for the memory card. And it's my memory card, and I want it back, so we're going to steal it. There's different ways to navigate. For example, we can run. There's a little bug where a character will pop up here. Don't worry about him. We can run up here to again, like in all the maps. There's a way to get an overview of enemy patrols, so we can start planning what it is we want to do and how we want to take them out. It's not too bad. I actually memorized all of them because I built them, so I'm just going to, for the sake of speed, I'm just going to do this. Knock them out. So our quest currently is to knock out all the Red Tigers. This cube is actually the Hexpunk lieutenant. I've just not drawn her yet, but she's wounded on that box, so I have to take out these guards so that I can talk to her about where my memory card is. You can see how easy it is. Like, this is why I'm wondering. I need to make this more difficult in some way. Did I miss one? I think I missed one. There's a little jukebox that I need to texture as well. There you go. I can't see you, but I know you're out there. Before they jumped the dock, he was begging us for help, and he gave me something you might want. What could that be? So these little bottles also need textures. I didn't realize you can see right through them, but yeah. I'm learning some 3D stuff, or not relearning some 3D stuff, because 2D looks cool, but if I want something to stand up vertically, doing it as a two-dimensional way like this, like those are supposed to be bottles, but they look like donuts. So I need to have some three-dimensional stuff there to help out. Anyway, let's talk to this lady. What is it he gave you? And then she's like, aha, stupid tiger's got to jump on us. I'm like, I don't really care, I just want my memory card back. So before they got the doctor, they slipped the memory card into her hand, so I want it back, and she won't give it back. So there's like, basically she's gonna get us to kill Ronnie. That's like the outcome of this quest. There's a typo there, it said all hand, it should say all hands. So it's basically just some politics happening here between the gangs. Like the Red Tigers, basically the Red Tigers took out the Black Rabbits, which was like not good. If you read the Newsy Terminal article, you'll know more about it. The Black Rabbits kind of kept the balance in combination with Amotech. So Amotech is when you see the turrets, they're created by Amotech. Most of the weapons in the game are created by Amotech, and they're like private security for the city, essentially. There's no police in this world, so the police is contracted to private contractors, and Amotech is the police, essentially. That's kind of like the lore behind it, but just like because it's a cyberpunk world and everything's terrible, they don't really go to the poor areas of the city. They don't really care. So to help defend the place, the Black Rabbits they're like one of the gangs that rose up for Lowtown, and because they existed, they held the balance in check. So every other gang member came together with the Black Rabbits. And they all agreed on like a ceasefire, and everyone who had turf had their turf, and there was an understanding. But then the Red Tigers came out of nowhere and just like wiped out the Black Rabbits and upset that balance. And it seems like the Red Tigers don't really care, because Ronnie is unstable, and he's basically causing a lot of pain and suffering for a lot of people. So this quest, Ronnie's Revenge, I should now go to the Metalworks Club. So Ronnie, this Spellbound bar is like the stronghold for the Hexbunks. The Metalworks is the stronghold for the Red Tigers, which is a nightclub. So we'll be going there. That's like this is the final bit of the quest for the demo. So the whole objective is to kind of wipe out Ronnie, and then hopefully the Red Tigers will disappear. This should be fixed, because this. I mean, I know it's a malfunctioning billboard, but it's going to cause someone to have a seizure, and that's not good. This ladder I can climb up this ladder, but I can't climb down it, so I need to fix that as well. Knock out this guard. And we're going into the nightclub. So to enter this nightclub, I want there to be like multiple ways. There are multiple ways. So that ladder that's bugged, when I fix it, you can climb in through the roof, or you can go through the front door. And the way I want it to be is maybe you call the Bonehead Bros for help, going like, hey, since I helped you guys out, you kind of owe me one, because I'm very keen to start building like a sense of community in the game with the NPCs. So if you call the Bonehead Bros, you can ask them to come and help you, and they'll like take out the gods in the front, and then they'll take out all the gods on this floor, even though there aren't any. There will be. When you come into this club, it'll be like very loud industrial music playing. I just don't have the track yet. I'm trying to make it, and it's it's terrible. But I found a couple that people are like, hey, just use this for whatever, it's cool. I might have to do that, but I don't know yet. So I'm trying to, because they don't really sound perfect. I'm trying to find like the perfect industrial sound. Also, this whole area will have like a bunch of NPCs dancing, so this will be a very busy area. I know it's kind of empty. It looks like the club is closed. You can see a couple of dancing NPCs. The way I want the NPCs to be created, I'm thinking currently, is procedurally, because I drew these by hand and they work really well, but I have to, if I want like, let's say, I don't know, 10 different NPCs, I'll have to draw 10 different dancing NPCs. I was thinking maybe if I just drew like these quads, rather than having one quad, I'll have like a quad for the head, a quad for the body, quad for the hands, maybe, like in this case. And then I'll write a system to generate an NPC with different components together. So all of the NPCs will randomly be generated. So every time you come here, the NPCs will be different. I know how to do it. It's just a time thing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just draw like, I don't know, 8 more NPCs. We'll see. There'll be a band here, so there's gonna be like a little robot with like a cool keyboard over here. There's gonna be a robot with a guitar, and I don't know, there's gonna be a robot with something over here, and they're gonna be playing the industrial sound. Maybe add lasers, maybe add smoke. I don't know. It's gonna look cool. We can go up this elevator and it'll take us to like the bar. We can see we're sitting like above the NPCs. There's a bug where there's like a rendering precedence thing because you can kind of see them clearly. I'll fix that later. But yeah, so there's a bar here. Even though we're not supposed to be here, I don't really know what to do with this space yet, but something in this area needs to happen to unlock access to that elevator down there. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be as simple as flicking a switch, but it could be as simple as talking to a bartender over here. I don't know yet. It's kind of annoying me that I don't know yet because it seems like such a simple thing. I built the level just to make it do something, but I don't know what I want to do with this room yet, basically. But whatever. Let's pretend we did something cool here, and now we have access to the lower levels where we're not supposed to be. I mean, the red tigers are looking for us, so they'll always be after us. That's another thing I'm wondering, like, because there's so many people here, maybe I can not have like this be a hostile area. Maybe this could just be a normal area, because the red tigers won't really be able to see me in the crowd, right? So maybe do that. I don't know. But when we go down here, we definitely need to be in a hostile area, which we are. So we're gonna like just heal ourselves, buying some juicy goos. So this is the under level. So when we get to this part, the industrial track that's playing upstairs will keep playing, but it'll be muffled. So pretend there's like muffled music. There's like a little shower area. There's supposed to be data slates here, which have disappeared. I'll fix that. This is a locker room. There'll be stuff to steal here. Also, those lockers are usable, so you can hide bodies there if you want to. We'll just keep going. This is like an example of the non-Coptic item to sell. This is like a little vial of vat goo. So it's very valuable. Vat goo is very valuable in this world, so you can steal it. You can't steal this yet. I'm just modeling what it looks like, but I need to hook up the code. This box is huge. I don't know why. Don't make it that big. I need to fix that. Let's adventure onwards. So we're basically looking for Ronnie right now. There's a door blocking our way, and as with before, we can have the keypad, which you can hack, or we can try and find the code. Now, the way I want players to be able to find the code, if we just run back here really quickly, when we came into this level, there was a ladder which we could climb up with, right over here. So we can climb up here, and then we could adventure this way. So again, I sound like a broken record, but you know, we can scout the place out. So this is where the door is, right? Because we came up this way and we were blocked from going through here. This is the security room. So I want the player to be like, I want it to be like, if the player has the implants required, like a Coptic implant, they can hack these terminals remotely to get the code or to open the door. What that's gonna look like, I don't know yet. If it's even possible for me at this moment, I don't know yet. But that's kind of something I would like. I need to start working on the implant system. But a less fancy way is we could just go over here, and there'll be a fella sitting over here on the toilet, and he'll be very upset because people keep calling him stupid, and his dialogue will be like something along the lines of like, I'm not stupid, I know what the code is blah blah blah. So if you're just sitting here listening to him, you'll be able to hear what the code is, and that way you'll be able to get to that door. I just realized I should have used this trap to just teleport back really quickly. I should use it more often. You can see it's a new thing that I've not had around quite a long time, so I forget to use it. Anyway, none of that is implemented yet. I will do, but I believe the code is 1333. 1333. Yeah, so the door is opened. I need to have I had a roller here, so the door kind of rolls up into the roller, but it broke the nav mesh, so I took it out. I need to re-add it. There is also a data slate on this table, which we could steal, and it'll say some dialogue along the lines of like, we can hear Ronnie's toy from the air vents. It's really loud and distracting, and we really hate it. We wish he'd just give it a rest. The whole excuse me, the whole vibe for the Red Tigers in this area is going to be them kind of second guessing their choices, their life choices about joining the Red Tigers, because Ronnie's becoming more and more unstable because of all the metal he's got plugged into his head. So a lot of this dialogue will be like, hey, it sucks that we left the Black Rabbits and betrayed them, or hey, should we like not be part of the Red Tigers anymore because things are turning really ugly and everyone's getting violently hurt. But anyway, one of those data pads is like, we can climb through these air vents. We can also just go through the actual elevator. So there's two ways to approach this boss fight, essentially. It would be cool if these were moving. I can make it happen, but it's gonna take time, so for now I'm like, whatever. There's like metal conveyor belts with bits on them. We can go through here, start the boss fight, or we can go through the air vents. So we're gonna just go through the air vents because I think it looks the nicest. So let's do that. Boop. Cool. So this gun is a placeholder. It's an ion cannon, but and Ronnie should be either sitting in it like a little tank commander, or he should be standing behind it like a giant hulking brute. I'm not sure which one yet. Dr. Flambe is down there. If you look carefully, you can see him. And he seems to have his back against the wall. Good thing he doesn't have a memory card anymore. Whoa. So this is a good way to see what the boss fight will look like. It's like rocks falling. So I'm gonna say if I overload the generators, I should be able to survive long enough. And yeah, if I can survive long enough, I can put a stop to him. So the doctor's dead. It evaporated. There's nothing left of him anymore. So Dr. Flambe, it was nice knowing you. The way this boss fight works, it won't trigger until he sees me, or one of his guards sees me. Fortunately, I've not added any of the guards yet. But what that does mean is we get a free hit on him. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to hack these generators, which we'll do in a minute. And when we do, we'll overload his ion cannon. This does two things. It means that he takes damage because he shocks himself, and it's one step closer to overloading, but it also increases the speed at which he can fire his cannon. Every time he fires his cannon, you saw the debris from the ceiling fall down. If those hit you, you take damage. Not yet, but that's basically, this is the concept of it. If you get hit by his cannon, it instantly kills you. Like, it doesn't matter how much health you have because it's a giant cannon. So basically, the name of the game is to use these generators and run from place to place, avoiding the debris as he tries to nail you with a giant ion beam. So yeah, let's do it. One thing that you'll notice when I click this is this is very placeholdery. So the way the mini games work, I mean, So first thing, I'll make the UI look better. The other thing is, the way it's gonna work is you need to line up like that. And now he knows where we are and he'll start getting us. So you have to line up both like indicators facing vertically. It's very based on RNG though, so I need to like make it less RNG. You can hear when he powers up. Oh, you need to run away. Got it. Also, if you just accidentally use the wrong one, it'll like shock you for damage. Oh my goodness. I need to just avoid the rocks as well. And like, there needs to be boss music playing as well. Like, I don't have boss music yet, but there will be. It'll sound very awesome and cool. Oh my gosh, please hurry. Oh no. No! So you can see what I mean by RNG. It's a bit much. Come on. No! Alright, I'm gonna sneak this way. Ugh. Oh, that was it. Damn it. Okay, wait. Okay, in the interest of time, I'm just going to take a hit. So you can see what I mean by... Oh, there. You can see what I mean by RNG. I need to make it a little bit less because it's quite intense. No. Cool. So that's pretty much the boss fight. Yeah, it's very RNG. Like last night when I did it, I finished it in like under a minute. It was very quick. But then now I would have taken quite a while to like run to and fro. So I need to set maybe like an upper threshold for the randomization of the minigame. So if after X amount of time you've not had a victory overload, then you can get one for free. Because you should shock him. I think you shock him 4 times, and every time you shock him, he gets quicker. So the RNG becomes more of an issue. For this area, this is like the same area, but this is like the aftermath of the fight. So there needs to be flames that I need to draw. I don't know how to draw fire in 2D from a top-down perspective. I've been trying. It looks terrible. Once I figure out how to do that, there'll be fire everywhere. Also, the player should be like on her belly or face down, like face planted, and she should be getting up here. My head. The shaking is a bit chaotic here. I need to like have less of that. Maybe just stop the shaking altogether. It will eventually, but in this area. So over here you can stand up here if you want to like lord over Ronnie as he's dead here, and you know, you celebrate your victory. The ladder we used to climb down from the ceiling will have fallen now, so we can use it as a quick way to get out of this level, which is pretty cool. Time to get out of here. Cool. And this is pretty much it. So the quest will update, and it'll be like, now that Ronnie's dust, we can head back to the Spellbound to pick up the memory card. So that's, I've not implemented that yet because we can't leave this area. But once I do that, that'll be the end of the demo. So even though the whole game is supposed to be journey back to Dream Space, the demo is like, you know, the first step of that journey, like getting your memory card back, because you need your memory card back, then you need money, then you need a place to get plugged into a goo vat, or not a goo vat, but like a goo pod, and then when that happens, you're back into Dream Space. So a lot is going to happen before that before you get there, but at least the demo, you know, you get the first part of the game. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to go grab lunch now, but I identified a lot of bugs, so this was pretty useful. I'm going to get back to fixing them. I'll rewatch this back just to see how I can prioritize fixing the most important ones first. But yeah, if you're watching this, thanks a lot for watching. If you have feedback about the game, like, let me know. Especially, I guess I struggle with like knowing sometimes, like, is this a good choice? Is that a good choice? So it would be cool if someone who like has an opinion about it, just post about it and let me know, because I'm open to feedback. I'm hopeful that once I have a demo released, people who play it can, because I have a couple of people who want to play it, they'll give me feedback. But I'm trying to establish feedback loops as much as I can, and YouTube seems to be a good way to do that. Maybe, I don't know. I just want feedback from people to say like what is good, what is not good, so that I can improve on things. Anyway, that's it. Catch you guys later. Bye.